Hi, everyone.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to HandyCon 2026.
Oh, there's an echo. Hang on. Hello, you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I have two screens with mic on. So, how are you doing, Vita? Long time no talk. Usually we talk like
Pretty
every 1 year. Yeah,
right.
sorry. Please go
Pretty
ahead.
good. Busy year, lots happening. Lots happening in the world these days. Lots happening in crypto, in the world of Web3 and what used to be and what's happening. Lots of pivots. Lots of people trying to figure out exactly what the future of this thing is going to be with regard to decentralization. And also very excited to hear what people have to say this round of HandyCon and getting some thoughts and some insights from a lot of the smart people that we have in the community.
All right, yeah. And I was just wondering if you've recently been able to participate with it's a handshake 6 year, and then there have been a lot of events that have happened, and probably we can talk lightly or yeah, just a little bit about it. For example, okay, we can start with name base acquisition. A lot of people are asking like who's a new owner, but we'll find out later. And my question for you is that is there anything that you're doing right now when it comes to Handshake? Have you been buying more TLDs or probably yeah selling, yeah, buy sell?
I have way too many already. So I haven't really been buying any. I have a lot that I really like. I have a lot that I think will be really useful when we're able to use them in a way that we want to. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the name base, and I anticipate because of the acquisition that there is some plan for it. So I'm waiting for this grand plan to be unveiled, and I'm anxious to see what the future holds for that. I would assume that with that acquisition comes some sort of building beyond what has been there present thus far, meaning really just a place to buy and sell names. Hopefully, that we'll be able to do some building as well.
Yeah. Oh, for some other things, like you mentioned building, if you had like at the time and you want to build something on Handshake, what is a project that you want to work on?
I have several ideas. The thing that I liked about Handshake was of course, the opportunity to own the TLD, especially now with regard to social media and being able to create like a decentralized network where people would you be able to have the TLD and people would be able to own their own name and build like a community around that, something that is separate and apart from what currently exists, which now has a lot of problems with regard to data and data protection and your sovereignty and anonymity and all of those different kind of things, and just being under threat of not being able to speak freely. I think that Handshake and some of the potential capabilities with that can help mitigate some of those problems that arise with traditional social media the way that it exists right now. I'm interested to see how that develops, and hopefully there are some people working on that. And then also with regard to just being able to have access to names that you would not have had access to in the traditional ICANN system, and being able to build around some of those names and concepts as well.
All right, cool. Given the current situations, do you think this is the time to invest in Handshake?
I definitely think that this is a time to invest in Handshake and more. I think it's a time for a re-energized conversation around decentralization and
Right.
in general. It seems some of that there was a lot of excitement around it around 2022, 2023 or whatever, then it fell off. A lot of that, we were talking about the metaverse and all that kind of fell off. I think that AI, the introduction of AI to us, meaning the general public, even though I'm sure that around a long time for certain folks, But with adoption of AI, I think that basically overshadowed the conversation about Web3 in general. And I think that now people are, because of the political climate and the things going on, I think that people are coming back to this conversation. And even in terms of people were talking a lot about DAOs and things like that kind of went away. So I think that people are now coming back to community and building community around decentralization, around Web3, and looking for ways to do that. And so I think that it's a perfect time for Handshake to come back into the conversation as well.
Yeah. So OGs, I wonder when we will have our community call again. We used to have those, remember? Yeah. And also the Handshake or Twitter Spaces. Yeah, we would be doing something like that once a month. Yeah. So hopefully we could get those calls going again. All right.
Yeah, and it seems like everybody's waiting for the next person to take the lead on it. But it would be great to have more conversations around that regularly.
Right. Yes. Yeah. We have Mike back here. So he will help us talk about the great expiring that happened a few months back. Have you heard of that one, Vida? The great expiring air stop? Yeah. Oh, his meme. Yeah, we hear you okay. Yeah.
For me, I don't really understand that complaint, only because there are still a lot of good names and they're still available to buy from whoever owns it for penny on the dollar. And it may be actually easier because you can go direct to that person as opposed to having to open an auction and maybe losing the name that you wanted. And nobody, unless it's a super premium word, nobody is selling these names for millions of dollars like it would be on ICANN or whatever. So that complaint for me, I never really got it or get it. I think that it doesn't matter if somebody owns it or not. They're still available. Most people are willing to sell it to you if they're not using it at pretty nominal prices.
All right. Yes. Yeah, I haven't gotten any good names. Yeah. So, sorry, please go ahead.
Oh, one thing I would like to see for 2026 is for people to maybe get galvanized around one major project that people agree on and pool resources and skills, especially now in the age of AI, where some things are becoming easier to code or whatever, and to create something that we all think would be good for the community to foster some growth. I don't know if that's possible. People work in silos often, and sometimes, right. Yeah, exactly. And that's why, again, my suggestion would be to, I don't know, maybe somebody submit some proposals or come up with something where we want to work on one project or a couple of projects on a timeline and create like a roadmap and kind of just everybody get together and assign tasks for people who have different skill sets and whatever. I don't know. We've been at this for a while, but yeah. Wow. Cool stuff.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for joining. And then, Vida will also join later in the privacy panel.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so we have to wrap up because up next. Yes. So we have Christopher up next. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having me, and see everyone around.
The 6th Handshake Conference, HandyCon White, Building the Sovereign Internet, wouldn't be possible without the generous support of our sponsors. Our platinum sponsors, Easy Domains, ShakeStation, Handshake Swap. Our gold sponsors, USwap. Our community sponsors, Handshake AU, Own the Dot, Namebase, GFAV IP Wallet. Powered by Sky Include. Thank you for believing in a decentralized future and empowering this community. Get your free ticket now at 2026.handycon.xyz